All right, so last segment of the live letter now, guys. This is announcements. This is where we find out that
FanFest little status
FanFest will be canceled. Okay, so FanFest status update. You know what really surprised me?
I hope we get a
NA
virtual
is
one.
back on.
Get us a virtual one.
Yeah, I hope that's what they're going to talk about here. But yeah, job changes have moved entirely to part twos, which I think is a good plan. They don't even hint at them anymore because people were taking hints and blowing into the whole thing. And no, we're just not even going to talk about it. Which I think so. Part two of the 5.4 live letter, which is roughly 2 weeks before patch. We're assuming 2 to 3 weeks before patch. We're assuming that the patch will go live December 8th. They did not give us that date. That is just a guess. Brian and I both came to that date independently, and then Chile confirmed it. So if they surprise us, all right.
European Fan Fest has been canceled. Yeah.
European Fan Fest. Welcome to the club. I'm very sorry to say that we'll not be a Fan Fest.
You get canceled.
Everybody will look under your chair right now. You've all been canceled. It's a bummer that that I'm making light of this. It's going to FanFest every other year is something that I was really looking forward to this from the moment I got home from the last FanFest.
Right.
And last FanFest was my first one, and I really was looking forward to this. Hopefully they'll do something digital, and hopefully in 2 years we can look back as a community and we can really go to enjoy this, and we can find out about 7.0.
February, hosting an event in February to announce new information. So digital FanFest.
So it will be a single event, and they have to push it out to the last FanFest because that's the timing when they want to hype for the next expansion.
Well, the next expansion's delayed anyway, so it's
that's going to be. Can you imagine how much they're going to have to tell us?
There's going to be so much information.
Everything from theme to race, that's
race.
Not to
race. Really?
Yeah, we're going to be getting male Vieira.
Don't you dare say that. Oh my gosh, guys, Chris is a troll, total.
It's the new gathering class. You play as a tree.
Yeah.
You got to gather berries and sunlight. Got little roots reaching out and grabbing things. The internet.
I think a lot of people want Mel Vieira. I'm just I don't want to sit here and tease that. And then it's it doesn't happen. I said it wasn't happening last time, and people said I was an idiot.
Londar, we are getting Vieira and not female Roth. They want to really just make sure they piss everybody off.
A 14-hour broadcast.
A 14-hour live letter.
Well, I think that you're going to
have how does your wife feel when you tell her that you're going to be on a 3 to 4 hour live letter stream?
As long as I give her a heads up, she's cool with it.
So now you need to go and say, hey, I know you're going to have more children by then.
Yeah.
What if
I was gone for half a day?
Yeah.
Not a work
on February, day. Brian could have 6 more kids. And I'm going to be gone.
Oh, Chile, yeah. Let's get you on, dude. We could have if it's a 14-hour thing, we could have a whole rotating bring in we're just 14 community
animated bunny ears. Now that's next level. Redo the races. WoW's finally redoing theirs after just 15 million years of being out. So maybe sometime in the next 6 to 7 years we'll get new revamps. Get our butt sliders in 2025, guys.
Considering shifting to a digital FanFest. Yes.
Considering,
just choose it. Just go with it. Make it happen. I think that'll be fun.
Considering you can't have a physical one and you're having an event in February, of course it's a digital FanFest.
Just make it digital.
They do all the same panels. They gonna do it like Fortnite where it's in game?
That would be sick, but I doubt they could pull that off.
Go around to different booths.
That would be cool. That would be something where if
there's
they were
5.5. No ultimate. There's just FanFest.
Digital FanFest. You just can run around and play the in-game games.
Sorry. Yoshi P trolled a lot this morning. Got me into a trolling mood. Yoshi P trolled a lot today. He trolled hard.
Yeah, they could give out insane prizes digitally, right? So it's like you could turn Gold Saucer, they could instance the crap out of that, and it's like all kinds of games. And oh, by the way, we're all watch partying. If you're in game right now and we're watching this, like there's special things like a digital Yoshi shows up, like in the Gold Saucer, and it's like, you know, da da da. It's English, you know, it's translated in your
We're
language.
planning on making a FanFest digital. It's going to be a global thing. It'll be 2 days in digital form online, and it will take place in May.
Oh, okay.
That's actually serious, guys.
Okay. So then I guess the February thing is just like their 6.0 keynote, you know, and then going into the May Digital Fan Fest. All right. Community Finder launches Tuesday, October 13th. Oh, cool. You can recruit and find in-game communities. That's great.
Oh, is that his feature that he talked to us about at the media tour?
That was circles, and we haven't. Like, this could be something along those lines. We'll see what kind of details they get into it.
Cool. Cool. We did cross 400 likes. 417.
Right. Dun 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 dun.
Well, I appreciate you guys making the switch over to our Twitch, as YouTube has had some buffering issues. Some people that watch a lot of streams on YouTube have said that this has been kind of platform wide across some channels.
I think that
Activision killed Blizzard. I don't think so. The fact that they're willing to delay an expansion, which probably cost them all kinds of money, simply because it wasn't ready, tells me that there's still people. It's a open action that, like, objectively in my mind proves that there are people there that still care about the game experience more than money. Well, thanks for following, Hez.
A Community Finder release campaign from the 13th to the 27th. Post a free company recruitment listing on the Community Finder during the campaign to receive in-game items to share with members.
Haven't seen Asmund's video about the delay. I think if I was going to trust a, I guess kind of like aggressive streamer, I would probably go to Preach and see what he thinks, and I haven't watched it. I think Asmund plays the game a really specific way, and it doesn't necessarily align with how I play it, so whether or not he's disappointed doesn't necessarily impact whether or not I should be disappointed. As opposed to Preach, I think does a better job of kind of showing a couple of viewpoints, and like one of those viewpoints happens to be one that I align with.
Yeah. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but PlayStation is completely out of alignment with essentially where gaming is going right now. It'll be interesting to see if they can pivot and recover, but I'm wondering if we'll see Sony respond to what Microsoft just did with Bethesda. And honestly, when it comes down to spending money, I honestly see Amazon or Google doing the next major acquisition, if not Xbox buying another major gaming studio. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Like, PlayStation 5 is going to sell fine. There's going to be plenty of PlayStation out there. There'll probably even be a PS6, but it'll be interesting because PlayStation's already announced that they're coming to PC as well. So when you talk about that's all about the exclusive, I think they even see the writing on the wall in terms of once a console pushes a gamer to PC, they're not really coming back to console. Yeah, so that's where I'm wondering to see what Sony announces, because the CEO of Microsoft has said, and even Phil Spencer, like, we're not done acquiring studios. My fear is that they acquire so many studios and they just lock PlayStation out of these games. I don't agree with that if that's what they end up doing.
That Community Finder is going to be available from the website or within your launcher or game.
Oh, thank God it's in game. Well, because it's like a lot of things are like, hey, yeah, you know.
Yeah. We're putting up a DPS meter, but you have to go install this AOL disk. Open up this other application.
The thing I think is funny about Xbox, though, like Xbox are all like, oh yeah, we got like whatever, and our console's gonna sell. Microsoft is not about actually their console. Their platform is Game Pass. Like, that is the Xbox platform, is Game Pass. And when people sit here like, oh, they're gonna sell Series X's and S's, like, maybe.
Brian, we need to post a recruitment for the guild.
We will.
So October 13th to October 27th, if your guild posts a recruitment, we will give you a lot of fireworks. And I want to know what a lot is. How many are we talking?
Text.js has the right of it. You're talking $1 trillion companies. Like, their money is being spent right now. Yeah, we're definitely going to have a recruitment. So if you guys want, yeah, come on, 999 fireworks, baby.
So many.
Shower them in, you know.
They were they're shortlisted for the Golden Joystick Awards. Be sure you guys go nominate stuff like that. Like that's how for Best Expansion Award, it wasn't Shadowbringers that was nominated, but specifically Patch 5.3.
And Bandit with the Prime sub for 3 months. Thank you so much for that support, Bandit. You are incredible.
So be sure you guys click on that. Brian, do we have that? Can we get that link and we put it in the description of a couple videos for a while?
Which link?
The HTTPS sqex.to/XLBVR.
Is that for the voting? Okay, yeah. Let me write that down real quick. Yeah, because
they have a screenshot of it over on the Discord. Go shout out the game. So that's probably what your Gil, what is it good for video will be brought to you by.
Yeah, go vote.
The Golden Joystick. Go vote. It's the voting season. Go vote. Danger Shoes.
Tier 1 side.
He also did Danger Shoes that just joined Game Club.
Exactly. Wow. Thank you so much for that Tier 1 sub. I would love to see add-ons personally for 14, just as a way of saying and finding what the community wants, and then the devs can then go incorporate that into the game itself. But based off the fact that we still don't have them and it's 5.0, there's a lot of signs that as an engineer to an engineer, I look at the stuff and I go, I just don't see it happening unless they fundamentally go and change the core system. And I think that's a lot of work. And then the question is that are we okay with that work? I think that work might be going on right now. And so maybe 6.0 or maybe some point in the future, we start seeing, you know, new features and things that are possible. But
what are these prints?
Those are some of the artworks they released for the different patches. So that's Titania.
They're beautiful.
And that's the 5.3 patch artwork as well. It's gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm. You can riot for Mail VR. I told people it wasn't happening last time. I was called an idiot. Of course they would do it. Blah, blah, blah. I said, guys, no. So if it looks like they're going to go with it, I'll let you know. But honestly, I wouldn't put that expectation on them.
Henrik, add-ons actually are not, a lot of people say they don't want add-ons because it would ruin the community. Actually, Yoshi P said that his biggest concern with add-ons is that, like you're saying, it would leave the consoles behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yoshi P does not. It's actually one of the reasons that he doesn't want a DPS meter to be allowed is because it doesn't run on PlayStation. They want all consoles to, as much as possible, provide the same experience. And so by changing their terms of service statement on add-ons, that wouldn't be the case.
Mm-hmm.
We've had 14-hour streams before. This one could be much more packed. They said there's a special printing technique being used that makes them super high quality. Cool.
Are they sell? I guess they're selling them.
No, this company knows their MTXs, man.
They know how to get you without making you like go.
They've got a big cash shop. They've got gacha games tied to this universe. They've got a lot. Major Pain, yeah, that's actually been one of the things he's expressed before is if he could get a clear outline from the community what it is we want, either what we want add-ons to be able to do so that he can open up the AI in a very specific way, or what we want add-ons to perform. If it gets enough support, they've added features to the game that he didn't really understand why we wanted them, simply because they have the community support. Look at that fat cat cushion.
Yeah,
my Twitch stream froze for a second.
Yeah, the stream. I just got an alert on Twitch. It's like, argh. But then my bitrate. No, bitrate's been fine. It's been steady.
It's your ISP.
Maybe ISP.
Blame your ISP.
Okay, now it's back in green.
All right. But yeah, to kind of sum up what we were saying, like Yoshi P has added features plenty of times to the game that I think he himself was like, I don't know why people want this. So as long as he has a clear indicator of like what it needs to do and that scope is defined and there seems to be player support behind it, it looks like it froze again.
What is going on?
That's been when he's done that. So as long as, so like, for example, like DPS meter, there's a group of people that want to see their whole party. There's a group of people that just want to see it for themselves. There's a group of people that want to see it after the duty. There's a group of people that don't want it at all. And like those groups are all different sizes and different levels of like vocal levels. And so it's really hard to make a decision there, even if he himself doesn't want to factor in his opinion.
Right. Pec slider for the win. We want our butt sliders and our pec sliders. Let's go. I think essentially if all that announcement stuff is set for February, I would say that it's most likely that 6.0 is when it launches on the Xbox platform. I don't think they're
they
going to
said
do
the acrylic stands include Blue Mage as well. It's too limited of a job to be in the screenshot.
Yeah, if you want NAD package sliders, then you're going to have to play Cyberpunk or something like that.
A beard slider.
People wanted beard sliders in this
I
game
want
for a
my
long
beard
time.
to. I want to have a beard on a character that grows longer as my playtime increases. It's like, that guy's beard's touching the ground. What is that? 30 days of playtime? 200 days of playtime? 6,000 days of playtime.
Mm-hmm. Massive beards.
They're working on goods and merch for the broadcast they just announced for next year as well. So don't worry, guys. Those will be monetized.
I bet we'll see a new lore book, I hope.
They make a lot of really high quality merch, like in all seriousness.
Oh, yeah.
Add-ons is probably one of many reasons why it has not come, but lack of controller support is the first hurdle in my opinion.
See, I'm fine. Like if it's like I couldn't even have add-ons, it's like let me just like maybe if I'm not like all right, I want to sit back, I want to be downstairs. It's one of the nice things about Baldur's Gate 3 right now, and why I'm on Stadia. It's like I didn't even know Stadia is the only way you can play with a controller. It's like I can play upstairs, I can go play with Julie, and we were playing that last night, and man, the game is hard. I was like, within 5 minutes, I got a party member, and within a second after that, they got murdered. I threw my weapon at somebody, and I didn't realize. Oh, that game pulls no punches.
I mean, the WoW HUD can do a decent amount of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I just reinstalled my WoW for the expansion to get a fresh, clean install, and then just rebuilt my UI. And like, I ran around a bit with the default. It can do some. It cannot do anywhere in the ballpark of what the 14 HUD can do.
Yeah.
But part of that is it doesn't have to. Like a lot of their features, they build into the API. Like, so it's not that like, oh, the add-ons went out and like solved all these problems. They actually do quite a bit to make those add-ons run well.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that's how they choose to spend their energy instead. So like, it's not like on one hand, I don't think it's fair to compare the WoW interface experience with the Square Enix one without add-ons, because WoW does a lot to make sure add-ons do really well. And like, if add-ons are supported in the PTR, then they go into the live one. So your add-ons will work on day one of 6.0, which is amazing. But on the other side, because of the way pre-patch and all that kind of builds all that in, it gives add-on developers time. On the other hand, I don't think it's fair to compare WoW with add-ons to Square Enix, because you've got 1,000 junior developers solving problems that Square can't get to.
Whew, that was an epic live stream. Is there anything we want to talk about before we officially like wrap this bad boy up? Chris is a little stunned.
I'm reading chat, making sure.
Yeah, make sure we get everything.
Cool.
Cool. Thanks for tweeting that out, because it's like I've like everything I read, I was like, oh god, I hope that's
so
clarified.
Yeah. So they said we will still have 5.4 within the year. Next week we'll bring 5.3.5. So there's a lot to do. In closing words, thank you, and see you for the next one. The next live letter. So we think that the next live letter is probably sometime around that last week of November, and then the patch will be that probably sometime around the second week of December. That will get us into 5.4. 5.4.1 will not be until January. So 5.4 will be the last patch we get for 2020. And then we can wrap this up and we can hit the hard reset and we can have a better year.
Boom, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
are you frustrated that Blue won't hit 80 during the expansion?
No, I never thought Blue was going to hit 80 during this expansion. I'm happy that I see that it's hitting 70. I'm happy that hopefully that means we can open up Blue in Eureka. I think that will be
interesting if they let it hit 80 in 5.5, because that's kind of like a victory lap patch anyway.
Yeah, 5.5 after like all the raids have been
like 5.5.5 you can be 80.
Right, 5.5.5
so like there's a handful of months.
Like go for it. Yeah, because last time they made us wait a little while, so I'm excited that that's happening, and I want to see them connect another limited job to bring that system kind of more into connection. Right, no Beastmaster. Announcement today, no additional limited job announcement today. Makes me wonder, like, hopefully maybe we'll see that with 5.5. That's when we got Blue last time, but we'll have to wait and see. Chaos unfolding, hitting that member button, getting us ever closer to our next emote slot. I think we're probably...
Day wants us to go out on a standing desk. My desk doesn't stand, so I can adjust my chair. That's what I got.